I'm here at the Bombardier Alstom facility in Dandenong. And this is because last week we had a very exciting announcement in Transport Land, related very closely to the buildings just behind me. And that was we got our very first look at Melbourne's newest trams. Just before we get started though, apparently about 80% of you are not yet subscribed. So if you would like to stay up to date on future videos and updates, please click the subscribe button underneath this video. As a bit of background, how to replace Melbourne's oldest classes of tram is a topic that's been discussed in Victorian transport circles for a while now. These A and Z class trams that you can see now were built between 1975 and 1987 and currently comprise 33% of the current fleet. Importantly, these are high floor trams. This means that people using wheelchairs, walkers, prams and many others find it very difficult to use them or simply can't get on at all. They also become increasingly difficult to maintain and operate, as parts break more often and it becomes harder to source replacements. As a result, a plan was made to introduce new ones to allow these older vehicles to retire. The first stage of phasing them out was the E-Class tram. The first of these was built in 2013, and the last one just came off the production line a few months ago in October 2021. This resulted in our oldest trams, the Z1s and Z2s, being retired as part of what was called a cascade plan. Basically, by introducing the new E-classes, this freed up existing trams to be redistributed across the network. These then replaced the Z1s and Z2s that were already there. If you're interested in more information on this, the Victorian rolling stock strategy has more on page 24. If you're interested in all the juicy details, I'll leave a link in the description below. So this brings us to the latest announcement. Last week on the 21st of April, the Department of Transport revealed new details about the Next Generation Tram project, which built on previous announcements made throughout 2021. These new vehicles are medium capacity trams to, as we said before, continue the program of replacing the older A's and Z's. Individual vehicle numbers will be 4 digits and start with 7001, which follows on from the E-Class, which range from 6001 to 6100. In keeping with Melbourne's heritage and naming scheme, they will be baptised as the G-Class. Interestingly, they've actually skipped a letter between E and G. The stated reason for not calling them the F-Class is that G is the 7th letter of the alphabet, and these are apparently the 7th generation of tram to operate in Melbourne. I'm not 100% sure what this means though, as there have been more than 7 types of trams operated in Melbourne. Regardless of their name, they will have capacity for up to 150 passengers, and feature improved electricity technology through onboard energy storage and regenerative braking. This all comes from the Flexity 2 family of tram vehicles, on which the G-Class design is based. The first tram using this design was launched in 2009 in Blackpool in the UK, and now many trams based on the Flexity 2 design operate in cities around the world, including on the Gold Coast in Queensland. Interestingly, the E-Class were also based on a Flexity model, just on the slightly older Swift. It looks like Melbourne's variant will have at least one unique feature. From the photos supplied, the G-Class will be the first Flexity 2 tram that will have 3 sections. The other 5 models currently in operation all have 5 or 7. One other interesting thing from the DOT website was a reference to new accessibility technology. It says that this will make it easier for people with a disability to use trams. It's unclear at this stage what exactly it will look like, but there are examples on other networks that may be considered here as well. For instance, powered ramps that extend from the body of the tram are in place on some European networks, such as in Grenoble, Frankfurt and Wrocław. Please excuse my bad French, German and Polish respectively. These 100 trams will be built at the Bombardier Alstom facility in Dandenong just behind me. This has been the home of train and tram fabrication in Melbourne since the 1970s. Alongside the vehicle construction program, a new depot will be built at Maidstone in the western suburbs to help accommodate and maintain the new trams. This will be the first time that a tram depot has operated in Melbourne west of the Bunurong River since the Footscray tram network and depot closed in 1962. Not all the G-Class will be based here though, and the depot and line allocation is still to be worked out. With production due to start by 2023, we can expect to see the first G-Class trams operating in revenue service by 2025. This is actually the same as the scheduled opening date for the Metro Tunnel, so it should prove to be a very exciting year. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this and would like to see more, please subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on future videos. Also, feel free to check out my website at philipmallis.com.